Hello students, today we are going to start the new lesson number 8, elements of group 1 and group 2. So first of all we are going to see the reduced syllabus from this lesson. So topic number 8.1, that is hydrogen. So the entire topic of the hydrogen is reduced from our syllabus. Okay. Then directly we are going to start the topic number 8.2, alkali metals and alkaline earth metal. Okay. So let's see the next topic which are reduced from our syllabus, that is topic number 8.2.7, topic number 8.3.1, topic number 8.3.3 and topic number 8.3.4. Okay, so these topics are reduced from the syllabus from this lesson. So let's we start with the topic number 8.2, alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Okay, so let us see the introduction. The elements of the groups 1 and 2 are placed on the left in the periodic table. So here the last electron enters into NS subshell. Thus they belongs to the S block of the periodic table. So the group 1 of the periodic table consists of the elements hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So these elements except hydrogen are collectively called alkali metals. Two elements of group 1, namely sodium and potassium, are the 6th and 7th most abundant element in the earth crust, but francium does not occur appreciably in nature because it is radioactive and has short half-life period. Then what is about the group 2? Group 2 of the periodic table consists of elements beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So these elements are collectively called alkaline earth metals because they occur as mineral in rocks. The elements magnesium and calcium are found abundantly in Earth's crust, but radium is not easy to find. Radium is one of the first two radioactive elements discovered by Madame Curie. So what is about the electronic configuration? Electronic configuration of the elements of group 1 and 2. So that electronic configuration is given in table number 8.2 and table number 8.3. So the general outer electronic configuration of the group 1 element is Ns1 and that of the group 2 element is Ns2. The loosely held s electrons in the valence shell of these elements can be easily removed to form metal ions. Hence, these elements are never found in free state. So let us see the configuration of the group 1 element: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. So lithium, it is having atomic number 3. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1. So in the condensed form, in bracket we are writing He. Helium is having atomic number 2. 2 electrons are from the helium and 2s1. So here 2 plus 1, 3 electrons, that is 3 atomic number is of the lithium. Then sodium is having atomic number 11. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. But in the condensed form, neon is having atomic number 10 and sodium is having atomic number 11. So neon is the inert gas element. So in bracket we are writing neon and 3s1. So in this case we have to write the condensed electronic configuration of all the elements. Electronic configuration of potassium. It is having atomic number 19. So in bracket we are writing argon, as this is the inert gas element. Its atomic number is 18. 18 plus 4s1, so 19. Like this way we are writing its condensed or short electronic configuration. So in general we are writing its electronic configuration as 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1. So like this way rubidium, cesium and francium electronic configurations are given. Rubidium having atomic number 37. Krypton is having atomic number 36. So in the condensed form we are writing its electronic configuration is krypton and 5s1. Cesium 55 is atomic number. Xenon, its atomic number is 54 and 6s1. So in this way we are writing the electronic configuration in the condensed form. So when we see the outermost shell, so this outermost shell is 1s1, as this is the first period. Okay, first period, second period, third period, fourth, fifth number, sixth number, and seventh period. So the last shell is represents the period number. So 2s1, 3s1, 4s1, 5s1, 6s1, and 7s1. So its outer electronic configuration is ns1. So it is having only one electron in its outermost shell. So it is readily loose by the element of these groups, and they form the metal ions. Similarly, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So these are having only one electron more. Beryllium is having atomic number 4. Its electronic configuration in condensed form is helium 2s2. Magnesium is having atomic number 12. Its electronic configuration is condensed form is neon, which is having atomic number 10 and 3s2. So in this way we are writing the condensed electronic configuration. Okay, so in this group 2 elements, their outer electrons, number of outer electrons are 2. So these electrons are easily loose by these elements and they form the metal ions. Next topic is trends in atomic and physical properties of elements of group 1 and group 2. All the alkali metals are silvery white and soft. Due to their large atomic size, these elements have low density. Okay, their atomic size is very large, that's why they are showing the low density. They are the most electropositive elements. The alkaline earth metals also in general have the silvery white lustrous and soft but harder than the alkali metals. They are also strongly electropositive in nature, but comparatively less electropositive than the alkali metals. So some atomic and physical properties of alkali metals and alkaline earth metals are listed in the table 8.4 and 8.5. So you just have a look on these tables, table 8.4 and table 8.5. So unipositive ion of all the elements of group 1. Unipositive means the outermost shell is having only one electron. That one electron is loose by the elements and they gain the one positive charge. So we called it as unipositive ions. So all the elements of group 1 have the unipositive, we called it as unipositive ions, have the inert gas configuration. So after losing the electron, they are gained the inert gas configuration. Means their octet is completed. Thus, they have no unpaired electron and their compounds are diamagnetic and colorless. So after formation of the unipositive ions, they become colorless and they are the diamagnetic. Diamagnetic means they are not having unpaired electrons. The divalent ions of group 2. Divalent means they are having two valence electron. Okay. So after losing that two valence electron, they becomes the dipositive ions. So divalent ions of group 2 elements also have inert gas configuration with no unpaired electron and therefore their compounds are also diamagnetic and colorless. So after formation of the ions, they becomes the colorless. So these elements are having silvery lustrous color, but after formation of the ions, they becomes diamagnetic. Diamagnetic means no unpaired electrons are present and they becomes colorless. Lithium and beryllium differs from the rest of the element of the group 1. Lithium is from group 1, beryllium is from group 2. They are different from the rest of the elements because of their extremely small size and comparatively high electronegativity. So lithium and beryllium are having the small size and they have the comparatively high electronegativity. So the physical properties of group 1 and group 2 shows reasonable regularity in the periodic trends. Thus, the atomic and ionic radii and densities increases down both the group. Ionization enthalpies and electronegativities decreases down both the groups. The elements of both these groups in general have high negative value of standard reduction potential, which is denoted by E0. So this is the standard electron standard reduction potential, means they are the reducing in nature. These elements are reducing in nature. Next topic, that is chemical properties of element group 1 and group 2, we will discuss in the next part.